Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Itsnotjunktv. Got a little something different today. We're going on a little bit of a treasure hunt. So stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to look through some watches. Alright, so if you've watched any of my earlier videos, and if you've not, please go back and do that, and be sure to also hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. But if you've watched any of my early ones, you know I like to do flea markets and yard sales, do a little bit of reselling on eBay. You would also know that watches are kind of my thing. So stopped by a booth today, ended up with 3 large bags of miscellaneous watches. And I've not went through them yet, and I'm not sure what's in them or what we're going to find. So let's dig through and see if there's any gems hiding in here. I think the best thing to do is get these 2 back here. I think we'll just dump it out. There appears to be a lot of women's watches. I don't do a whole lot with women's watches. Let's do a little bit of... There seems to be a lot of fashion type stuff that I can see right on the surface. A lot of rubber, a lot of sports watches. A little Caravel by Bulova. Nothing high dollar, nothing to write home about, but still probably decent little watch. Keep good time anyway. We got a woman's Timex. I kind of hold on to all the Timex. They're kind of neat. And that one's running. That's a little Casio. Don't even have to put a battery in that one, thankfully. Here's a dual time zone put out by, looks to be the Delta Airlines. Nothing high dollar. I mean, kind of neat. Like I say, I like all watches, so... A lot of little women's watches. Little women's watch. Women's watches. Looks like there's going to be a nice group of women's. There's a little woman's Seiko watch. Fashion watches, women's watches. Yeah, looks like there's going to be a huge lot. Timex. Men's fashion watch. Not a whole lot. Woman's watch. I still got the tags on it. Somebody paid $19.99 for it. Never wore it. Timex. Look at that thing. It's just big and gaudy. Appears to be fake pushers. Big fashion, Chinese fashion watch, Timex. Sorry about that, you didn't get to see much, did you? So what I'm seeing in here, there's a decent Citizen. I ended up paying $10 a bag for these. So that one right there pretty much pays for the bag. The rest of them are kinda, just appears to be unique, but nothing too exciting. No women's Omegas or anything, you know, the watches everybody's looking for. That's a woman's watch. That's a Phasar. Them were kind of cool back in the day. They were, some of them sold for more than Rolexes did at one time. Another little woman's Seiko. So some decent woman stuff. I might have to find me, if anybody's out there that deals in ladies' watches and wants a deal on a bulk, send me a private message. Maybe we can work out a deal on these. Myself, I don't collect them, and I don't have anybody else out there that I can pass them on to. And you know, if you had did jewelry shows and just needed some filler stuff, you know, women appear to buy a lot of watches. Oh, got a little treasure chest on it. Yeah, neat, but nothing too crazy there. Push that batch over. A lot of dirt. Alright, well I think what we'll do is kind of pull back some of the ones that I think may have a little citizen ink pad. It'd be nice if it had at least a gold-plated bezel, but it don't. So I think out of that batch, I think those are the ones that'll make some money. So let's dump out the next one. Let me see a little citizen ink pad. Let's get the next one out here. Let's see what we find. Uh-oh, that one had beads and everything in it. Alright. Spread them out here. Let's see what we got. That moldy old thing is a swatch. It's a woman's or boy's size swatch. Probably a first gen. I'll lay that one back here. Unfortunately, with the swatch watches, with these rubber straps, they deteriorate. There is, you can order replacements. They do have, and even for the older first gens, they do have the exact ones. All right. Okay. There's another little new woman's Timex. Add that to her woman's pile. Yeah, kind of a Walmart fashion watch. Nothing too crazy. Another one, just a fashion type watch. Again, nothing crazy, but just decent little quartz watches. Everyday work watch. Look at that. For a woman's watch. Disintegrating watch band. I don't think that was anything. No. Not just a neat little, more for looks. Again, just another women's fashion type watch. Beads rolling everywhere. There's a Seiko. There's several women's Seikos, and they got pretty good following, so in the Seikos alone, we probably can do all right. That's an interesting Mickey watch. It's Disney, made by Loris. That one we might have to try to pop a battery in. I bet it plays a tune or it does something. I might have to show that one in another video when I go through some other ones. Women's watches. Yeah, I'd really like to find somebody that was into buying bulk women's watches, because I've got several pound of them. Again, another just fashion type watch. Fairly kind of cheap digital sports watch. This one's made by Avon. It's supposed to look like the Swiss Army type watches, but that one's the Avon version. Didn't even know Avon made watches. Slip that over there with that one. There's another Avon watch. Kind of a bronze looking type watch. Milan, I think that's Walmart. I think it's a Walmart store brand. And for some reason, this watch, through the years that I've collected watches, I have literally found hundreds of these that say Whitewater. I don't know what they were put out for, but I have literally found hundreds. And most of them are brand new and never been worn, just like this one. It's still in its original pack with its paperwork. I don't know what they were made for. If everybody out there knows what they were made for or why there were so many of them made, but I've probably seen more than a couple hundred of them through the years. That looks to be the woman's version, the his and hers. Yep, that's what it is, the his and hers versions of those. What's the chances of getting that in a random pile? It's a shame. These light up. I've seen these before. This is a newer version of an old watch. When you push the button, it lights up whatever number instead of having hands. Kind of digital, but kind of easy, kind of neat, just retro. It's supposed to look like a 70s type digital watch. And Klein. Woman's kind of fashion watch. There's a Pulsar with the FedEx logo on it. I don't know if that was a company giveaway or if they actually produced it to give it away to people. I don't know. I might have to look into that one just because it's got the logo on it. That's a heavy watch, but again, not made by any particular company that I can see. Seems heavy. Digital watch. Just another cheap kind of fashion watch. Again, another little woman's watch. Nothing too crazy. Just basic. Basic if you needed a good watch to keep time. Keep a battery in it, put one of them newer batteries in it, they last about 10 years. Another little no-name type of watch. I knew buying these bags as she was sorting through some jewelry, I knew the chances of finding any real high-end gems would be kind of hard, but you just never know. Oh, that's an older woman's watch. That's a Dufont, which is a better brand. That's not crazy. That's gold-plated case, so there's some gold plate, it would appear. Not enough to really worry about. A pink dialed watch. There's a woman's fossil. Some of the fossil watches, and all these beads, some of the fossil watches are getting to be collectible for some reason, even though they were a store brand kind of watch. They seem to have a little bit of collectability now. Being in the woman's, what's that say? An Air Master. So that's what that is. Big hand Klein with a big old strap on it. Somebody's modern pocket watch stuck in a little pocket watch holder for an old pocket watch supposed to be in there. It was a case so you could hang it on your belt. The men's fossil. Somebody got something all over it. Should probably clean off. Nothing too crazy. But still, like I say, fossils got a little bit of collectability. There's a woman's bulova. That one's decent. Add that to the woman's pile. This is Xanadu. I think that was a band from the 70s, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. There's a boy's or woman's Timex. earlier one. That's probably from the 70s. Some kind of big diver. Never heard of the brand. But it's got a Japanese movement in it, so that might be one to have to look into. It may not. I mean, I doubt it's anything high dollar, but it's I don't know. It's good outdoor, heavy, thick cased, rubber strap. I'll add that to the look at later pile. It was an earlier Timex digital, probably early 90s, mid 90s. Some of these are starting to get pretty collectible too. Some of these digitals and stuff that Timex aren't making anymore. They're getting harder to find, so guys are scarfing them up. There's another female's watch, but that one appears to be broken. I broke the strap on that, but still, somebody could probably mess with it. Another Anne Klein. I don't know, just a woman's fashion watch, nothing crazy. I'm not sure if this is real, but if that's real, it is really well made, and it kicked off running on its own. What we have here is a Tag Heuer Carrera chronograph. That is picked up and it started to run, so we may have paid for the whole weekend if this ends up being something. It's really well made. If it's a copy, it's a well made copy. We'll have to do some more research on that one. Yeah, wasn't expecting that at all. I really wasn't expecting that. Another woman's fashion watch. Every woman needs a Christmas watch. More female fashion watches. Timex. Keep piling these up here. Just a generic name watch. Here. Can't make out the name on that one, but it's got a Japanese chronograph movement in it, so, and believe it or not, that would be a man's watch. You'd think it'd be a female's, but it could be a female. It could be anybody's that wants to be, I guess, but I'll have to look at that one too. I don't think it's high dollar, but it could be something different. That's from a place in the mall that I don't think's around anymore. Trends, wasn't that a place in the mall? Pretty sure it was. Another little woman's fashion watch. Most of what I'm seeing here, a woman's Citizen. Most of what's left here appears to be more women's fashion watches. That one there. This one's been sitting there and kind of waited to last. I've seen this sitting there. This pocket watch was mixed in the batch. Got a pretty nice case on it. And there's probably a good possibility that this is gold, just by the way that it looks, and there's no wear anywhere to it. Try. kicked right off. Hunter case. Hinge back. Nope, just plated. It's just in really, really good shape. It's an Elgin. Probably, I would say 30s or 40s. I'd have to run the serial number on it, but it is a super clean. Got its little pocket chain. Both latches seem to. The front one probably could use a little work, but it's super clean. I would have thought it was solid gold by the way it looked. Because usually these plated cases show some wear after time. There's also a chance that this chain is. I need my jeweler's loop up here. It's kind of dark. But I'm pretty sure that chain is 14 karat gold. Quite possibly. Something else to research later on. Another fashion watch. Another woman's Seiko. So it looks like the rest of these are going to be pretty much another woman's fossil. Can't see what that one says. Can't make it out. What is that? Something else I can't make out. They start putting weird names on some of these store watches. Apparently somebody's chain fell apart too, because there's pieces of beads and stuff everywhere here. Let's push this pile on over. Alright, so we're down to the last bag. We found a few good things here. Let's see if we can find one more to knock this out of the park. Alright, so I've started me a box here just to throw the women's and the commons into, and then what we've got out here is what I consider to be something I want to take a closer look at. More fashion watches. Let me knock it off there and smack it across the room. Can't see. It's got Japanese movement, so that I always look for. That just means a little bit better quality. Again, more women's type watches that won't sit up there on their own. Here's a cool Timex Expedition, kind of an earlier man's Timex. The band's all janky on it. Everybody puts these Spidell stretchy bands on everything. They don't do nothing but rip the hair out of my arm, so I don't care for them. Another little woman's Timex. I can go over there, that one can there. Put that one in the box. We'll add that to the look at later pile. Another little fashion watch. No maker's name or anything. Just about like that one. They don't put names on them. They're just kind of a cheap quartz watch. More women's watches. Like all I can hear now is that pocket watch running. Somehow it got kicked off and started running. Another just cheap woman's common watch. That one's made by Callaway. I think they do golf equipment. But again, probably nothing great. Wasn't real expensive. More women's watches. Throw these in here with the commons. Just another woman's. common. Not a whole lot of older women's watches in here. That's what's odd. Usually you find a bunch of older women's mechanical watches, and there's not been any in here. Big Fossil. Like I said before, they got a little bit of a following, so that'll go in my look at later pile. A little cheap clip type pocket watch. Another woman's. It's got a really long band on it. Be a woman's watch, but just a no-namer's man's watch. Another just fashion type watch, female watch. That's a bit gaudy, but it's another no-named, just store brand type watches. Another just a fashion watch. And that, I think, is a watch for your dog. They actually sold a watch that would sell your dog can wear around their neck. And that's what that is. Don't think they really caught on, but it is something they made. A woman's Fossil. Looks like it's been wore pretty good. There's a piece of a watch. That one didn't hold up at all. That's an interesting one there. It's an early men's Timex. It's a quartz. It's a battery-powered watch, but it's got a different type of movement in it. That one will go over there. That one will go there. Another Indiglo, which is a Timex. No real crazy value. I think they still even sell this watch, so it's not that old. Green is the new black, apparently, according to Tinkerbell. That's what she thinks about it. No, woman's Timex. They made so many styles and so many shapes of these women's Timexes. There's a women's Seiko. That's a 70s. That's kind of neat with that blue dial. That's got a. They'll have a little more collectability because of the blue dial, I believe. Put that over there. We'll keep that one with the good stuff. E-Spirit. Anybody else old enough to remember that from back in the day? That's who made that one. Again, I didn't know they even made watches, but apparently they did. Them two like being together, so they're going to stay together. But just again, nothing. Timex. Just another no-name kind of fashion watch. Just a cheap quartz pocket watch. Sarah Coventry. Just a nice little fashion watch. That one's got a name you can't read. There's a decent one. There's a woman's Wittnauer. If you've never heard of Wittnauer, that's another good brand. Make really good products. Woman's Pulsar. There's some small, dainty little things, that's for sure. Get sorted at a later day. There's a Chico. I don't know what a Chico is, but there's a Chico watch. This might be the find of the day. I believe that's Lion King, isn't it? And I believe if you open it up, there's a watch under there. It cleans up. There's got to be a Disney collector out there who would like to have a Simba. Yeah, I think it's his name, Simba watch. Why I have him over there? That's because he's different. This big goofy thing's been staring at me. Again, no name type fashion watch. No real desirability, I wouldn't imagine. 9 West woman's watch. Embassy woman's watch. Can't read it woman's watch. Oh, and Bambi. Gotta have some Bambi through in there. And over to the misc pile. Just another fashion. Just another fashion. Some kind of advertising. Yeah, fashion. Tacky, but fashion, I guess. Not sure who makes that one. It's kind of a weird, it's heavy. Seems made heavy. Try to figure out here how that. Not sure how that. I don't know. Swings out of the way. It's got a screw down crown. It's got a latch over the. Try to just get it out here so I can move the hand so I can see a sector. Can't say I've ever heard of it. I'll go in there, look at it later, pal. It's got a price tag of $50 on it. Somebody paid. It's from somewhere. Another one we'll have to check out. Alright, what else we got in here? An asymmetrical type watch is what they call them when they got that funny shape to the fronts. Like to find one of them in a Bulova. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure it means something to somebody. Best Mao? Mom? No, that ain't Mom. Mao? Another old junky fashion watch. There's a Relic. I haven't seen one of them. That used to be a pretty big brand in the 90s, the Relics were. I haven't seen one of them in a long time. Not that I think they got a whole lot of collectability. These over here. These are the big. Looks like another cheapy quartz pocket watch. It is. Company advertising. Meyer. Not sure who they are or what they do, but apparently they gave out a promotional type watch. Another fashion watch. Look how small some of these are. Dainty little things, you could say. Unmarked. Unmarked. Marked with nonsense. So nothing there. Just an unmarked, just an unmarked. It seems like most of these. Day to Glory, that's Walmart. Most of these looks like are just going to be just fashion watches. I'll watch with more beads. I don't want them out of there. That appears to be some kind of necklace watch or something. I don't know. Little woman citizen. That seems to be a decent made little watch. There's a boy's Timex. Another little unmarked fashion watch. Get some of these out of here. And Klein. Big old Swiss Army watch. That one looks to be a real one. There's a New York baseball watch it with here. That one's unmarked, kind of unique, but looks like another brand. I thought it was going to be one of them Skagans out of Denmark. Another just a cheap little thing. A little Dakota pocket watch, tiny little thing. More women's fashion watch. That's a woman's Seiko digital. Now that's probably earlier. That's from the 70s. Not sure what that band was off of. More women's fashion watches. Clip-on type of pocket watch. Now this one's kind of unique. This is an automatic pulsar. Pulsars here lately have been getting a kind of a little bit better collectability. This will definitely be one I'm going to have to look up because it's got the day-date ring. It's automatic. I have never seen anything like it before. It will not kick off and run either. Something to look at. It looks like it glows in the dark. It's kind of weird, but I might have to look at that one a little bit closer later. Another little Disney, little Mickey Mouse watch, little Loris. Another little fashion watch. Fashion watch, and what I would assume to be the band off of that one as it disintegrated, like all them plastic ones does, and a relic. I said I hadn't seen any relics, and now I've seen two. All right, well, that's the contents of my 3 treasure bags of watches. Like I said before, I gave $10 a bag for those, and right here's what I pulled out of it. I think has got some value. Not that I'm saying that any of these don't have value, but I don't trade in women's watches, so I got to find somebody to do some dealing with them, plus about 20 more pounds of them that I've got. But this is what I ended up with. Nice little Swiss Army. The Pulsar with the FedEx logo, a couple Fossils, a couple Casios, several Timexes. This Pulsar, I've never seen anything like it before. I have no clue. It appears to be, well, I don't know. I'm going to have to do a little deeper dive into that one. The Breitling, if the Breitling ends up being real, that could pay for the whole weekend's worth of shopping. So just some more research. Look forward in the future. There may just be a channel dedicated to all watches. So look for that in the very near future. But I'm Jarvis. This is Itsnotjunktv. I hope you enjoyed today's little excursion. We've done something a little different. Looked at something that I enjoy, that I kind of do as a hobby. I hope you liked it. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Get the bell icon so you get notified of every time I put out a new video. Again, I'm Jarvis, and thanks for stopping by.